Hey everyone, Thunder here. Today I wanted to go over a little bit about how to know when to stop your push on the ladder and wait for crafts. It's a request I've gotten a couple times. This video will probably be a little bit longer because it's not so easy to pre-time that kind of stuff. So I'll do a few boss kills with you. Just as a recap, we are currently running our fairly standard boss killing build for red events. Which is just the Hecatomnus Azazel, Bloodlust, Transcendental Tornado, and Elevation. In regards to our links, we are using the pretty popular Magic Resistance, 4% Shield. We have our orbs. This would be what we have waiting on the craft, where we have one epic and we are short one of our legendary items, or maybe we don't have this yet. Either way. Alright, and let's hop into some bosses here. Alright, so when we're working on the bosses, we need to keep a few things in mind. This won't be so hard when you're doing it because you can kind of watch as you walk up the boss levels. So let's hop in here and show you a little bit how this works. So the first round, you kind of want to correct your spirits a little bit. I usually opt to use a heal, so hit a blue here. And that's not looking too bad, but let's do one more. You can kind of use these first two rounds to clean up your board. Alright, and let's get started on this boss here. So here's a stopping point. Let's actually check this out here. So while we have shield, right, we're getting dropped, what is that, 55% of our shield in a hit, down to 25% health. So we care about these numbers. So we'll continue this a little bit more. Heal and regen some shield back up. Alright, and after this attack, the boss is going to hit us. If you look here, we're going to spike up to 91% shield and get whacked again. So now we're actually down to 35. So you can see that we're actually starting to lose shield. So this is where we still get health, but our shield is no longer fully recovering, and it's something we want to keep an eye on, right? Because that shield, when it goes down, right, is not going to absorb that full 30% of the boss damage, in which case we're going to need to be very careful because our health is going to take a bigger hit. Right, see, and now we lost another 5%, but we're doing okay on this boss. Right, and we're going to finish him off no problem here. Alright, so now we're going to move up another level, and what we're going to see is that we're going to drop even lower. Do a quick board cleanup. Right, and we're going to get started on him, get some damage in, and here comes that first hit. Boom. So now it looks like this boss has hit us for about 2% more damage on the initial hit, and we're losing about 2% more shield, so we have to keep an eye on that over the course of this fight. Burn him down a bit here. Alright. Yep, so our health holding steady, and we're watching that that shield just get a little bit lower each time, and we're no longer able to fill it completely back up to the top. So if we watch here, right, 81, 85%, and then it gets whacked way back down here. Right, so we're starting to lose shield over the course of the fight rather than maintain it, and this is something you got to keep an eye out for. If you don't have the same health and shield ratios on your character, you may not be worried about shield quite yet. The boss may actually one-shot you from the 70% damage to your health, so just keep an eye on that too. Alright, hopping into a little bit harder here. Ooh, nice board. Alright, we're just going to burn through him real fast and see what he hits us for. Alright, we're going to take a nice hit here. Alright, so we're going down to 20 HP. So it looks like we're pretty consistently losing about 2% extra per boss level here. And we're now down to 41% shield from that hit. So these are things we have to keep an eye on. Now, for the shield, what we're really looking for is when we're getting closer to the end of the fight, how things are going. Like, are we going to lose shield and take a hit to our health with extra damage? It's very important to keep an eye on that. Remember, we also want to keep an eye on, like here. So, right now, I'm going to finish off this boss pretty likely unless he gets some crazy dodge, right? But notice how my shield's getting really low. I'm not going to be able to get this fully up, even in 3 attacks to heal back up. So if that shield breaks, we have to start being more careful. So pushing onto this boss, we're going to heal up a little bit on these spirits. Alright, and we're off to the races here. Alright, so here we go. Now we're down to 17% and 38%. So this is where we're starting to get towards that point where we got to start watching these bosses really carefully. Um, this is really that point where you're like, okay, time to keep an eye on things, because we don't want to drop too low. We want to be a little bit cautious here because dying would waste tickets. Wasting tickets is something we really don't want to do. So we're getting that 27%. We got to watch our shield, how it does, really this time, when we get hit. Like how low how are we getting? How close are we to breaking? Because here we go, that 15%, it's getting pretty low here. We might actually lose our shield if we take another attack and get really low on health. So we have to keep an eye on that. Alright, so let's heal back up, get some shield. Alright, so if we can stop right here, oh, he died, but we're going to get about 60% shield, and that definitely wouldn't hold. Right, so at this point, the next level is a little risky, so this is probably a good spot to stop. But I'm going to run one more just to show you what happens when you play it a little bit risky. If this weighs 2 tickets, I'm fine with it, but it's just something I want you guys to see. Alright, so we're going to use our rounds to clean up our spirits and get running here. So we're going to try and burn through this boss pretty quick. We're going to hope for decent luck on those dodges. Ooh, 14%, got to watch that. Decent luck on those dodges, because if he dodges too much, we're going to have to do extra turns against him, which is pretty scary. He hits hard. Like, I dropped the 23% there already. We definitely need to watch out for this boss. He's scary. Alright, so here we go. I jump up to 73 and go down to 9%. Alright, so if we take one more attack from him, we're not going to have that shield to really absorb that. We're also getting a little risky on spirits here, so let's hope we get some good RNG for generating them. Not too bad, got 2 rounds here. Alright, should be able to finish him off without a dodge, so... Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. This is exactly what I wanted to show you guys. So I completely lost my shield and took a bunch of extra damage to my health. Alright, we managed to survive, which is great. But this is what we usually want to avoid, right? Because this is very risky. So we definitely can't safely push any higher than this boss because we couldn't keep our shield alive any longer. Alright, so let's finish off this guy. Alright, that's about as high as we can safely push. So now normally what you'll do here, and actually I want to show you his ability real quick. What we're really concerned about on this boss, like for RNG things, are dodging, because they're dangerous, and this shield burn. When he procs this on you, you lose a lot of extra shield, so you have to keep an eye on that. Alright, so normally what you do at this point is you will go over to your city, and you will come into your crafts, and you will come in here, over this tab, and you will be making your legendary orb and your effigy of decay, or whatever the BE legendary is that you can craft. Now I made both of those and boosted them and did all the things I didn't want to waste your time on. So what we want to do is come into our gear, add the extra crafted item as a boost for a little bit more multi. A little bit of multi is always nice. And I already prepped the 4th legendary orb, so we didn't have to enhance it. I'm going to put that in there. So that gives us a bit more multi. That also gives us an extra spirit at the start, which is wonderful. And now, after these crafts, right, we can actually go back into this boss, and we can push him a little bit more, right? So we just powered up a bit. We can probably squeeze a little bit more out of the boss. So let's see what we could do. We're getting pretty high up here. Alright, so let's see how we perform now, right? We just got a bigger health boost, more shield. The multiplier is pretty powerful in this game. And let's burn through him real quick. Which one's this? Oh, that's just my stun prevention from bloodlust. Nothing crazy. Alright, so we're dropping to 20% now, so that's a bit safer with our health. And how's our shield going to hold up here? So we're jumping up to 91%, so that's not too bad. So we got a level or 2 up on this boss. Alright, burn through him real nice and quick here, and move up to a bit of a harder guy. Alright, he didn't even break through my shield, so we got a few levels more. Alright, nice spirits at the start there. go. Some nice early damage. Alright, took a nice hit there. And burn that back up. Okay. Whoops. Oh, that was bad. We don't want to do that. Alright, let's get that fixed here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, see, this is where RNG is going to get a little dicey. You want to be very careful about those misclicks. Okay, got him. Yeah, misclicks are dangerous. As you saw, luckily the boss wasn't strong enough to punish us too hard for that, but we managed to pull through. Alright, so level 100 is a bit of a power jump, and then 101 through 120 scale a lot quicker, so we need to be careful when we push up that high. Most of you won't have to deal with that craziness, but it should just be a fairly consistent pattern for you. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're getting down to that 15% again, 37 shield. Yeah, the boss is pretty dangerous at this point for us at this current power level. Don't worry about whatever your level is when you're seeing this. It just increases a little bit every time you get better and better gear. It's just part of the game. You'll just push as high as you can, get your rewards, power up, and do it again. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, there's a nice hit. So we're dropping down to 11% here. So we're getting down to those lower numbers that are risky, where that shield could break. So what we're really looking at is how that dodge is going to hold. Like here we just killed him before the attack. If we got a dodge on us at that point, we would have had to go one more round. Now this one might kill me, but I want to show you what being a little bit risky will do here. So we'll push up a bit. Alright. 2 rounds of setup there, so it's likely he'll get another attack on us, but that's okay. Alright, so this is 11%. We're getting really low on this health here. And what can we get our shield back up to? That's about 80%, so we're losing about 20% shield. That's pretty scary, actually, so we want to avoid that. But there's not too much to do at this power level, so what we're going to do is just bring our shield back up as high as we can push it. And see how this hit hurts. Yeah, see, our shield just broke there. That's very dangerous. See, our health took a big hit. This boss might get us here. It's a very tough level. Alright, push him a little bit harder here. Alright, 2%. So this is absolutely the highest boss we are going to be able to take on with our current gear. If we go higher, he will kill us when our shield breaks, which is an important note here. Actually, one more thing I want to call out is if you look up here, he's just below half health, and our shield is broken. So this is pretty crazy, which means that right now, switching over to try and do 4 tickets would be risky. I will do it to show you guys how to squeeze a couple extra ticket savings on your boss, but it will be risky. So I do want to point that out because the boss is hitting very hard at this level for us. Like I said, that 100 is a turning point where, yeah, this boss is crazy. Is a turning point where the boss starts to scale a lot harder. So it's unlikely we will be able to kill 102 in 2 tickets, but I'm going to show you anyway, just so you can get a sense of how this will work. If we had a little bit more health, it might be doable. But let's just show off how it's going to work. So I'm going to be able to hold out as long as my shield holds out. See that 7%? Yeah, what I'm really hoping at this point is he doesn't get the shield burn on me. If he gets the shield burn on me, then I'm going to lose shield faster, not get as many attacks off before he kills me. He just hits really hard, so we're trying to push his health as much as we can right now. It's just very hard to survive against the boss. Alright, so that's absolutely the limit of my shield. We're actually doing a really good. We're not going to survive this because we don't have the shield regen anymore. But we are going to get him low enough that we can kill him in a second attack. See that? And what that will do is it lets us use 4 tickets to kill the boss instead of 6 tickets. So it saves us a little bit on the tickets, which is nice. Awesome here. Man, he's scary. Alright, pushing him. Alright, we've killed off that boss. Now I'm going to go up to 103. Um, this is probably going to end up making me use either 6 or potentially 8 tickets because of how hard he hits. But we'll see how that plays out. I want to make sure I show off the limits, right? So you can see like when you've gone a little too far past potentially. Right? 2% with my shield. Oh my. Very scary hits. Um, what do I get on shield back here? We're getting 78 and dropping down to 5. Yeah, so we're only going to be able to really get 9 attacks in on the boss. So in these, we may have to just not do any setup and focus completely on pushing out as much damage. See, we didn't get very far. So what we're hoping on here is a good board. It's not too bad. And we'll just focus on all the damage here and hope we can really burn them down. I think we're going to be at the limit, though, where this is going to be the same as if we switched to super tickets. Or supers, which is 6 tickets. So this is really kind of about as tough of a boss as we can push up to with our current powers. This is going to change a bit wherever you're at. No big deal. But we do want to showcase just how dang far you can push that. See, like this is close, but I think I'll be able to finish it off in 6 tickets, which is no waste, which is good. We don't love wasting tickets. Definitely can't handle a higher level boss though. He'll burn my shield too fast. In fact, I think he'll just one-shot me if I go up another level. Yeah, definitely one-shot me. 2% with my shield up is pretty rough. There we go. We got him in 6 tickets. So we could have done one of these, but we did 3 of these, which shows that like we went as far as we could go before switching over to 6 tickets, which is really quite powerful. Just to show you, when you do switch over to 6 tickets, all of a sudden the boss becomes very easy all of a sudden, because you get a huge boost in your power, and you will just shred the boss. But you're burning 6 tickets to an attack, so you probably don't want to do that all the time. Alright, that was just some food for thought. Alright, and I hope that helped you learn a little bit about how you can push your boss, so you can go a little bit more up on your ladder and know when to pause. If you're still pretty low on power, when you go to 6 tickets, you may not be able to clear all the way up to 120. So you're going to use the same techniques we just talked about to know when to stop on 6 tickets. And you'll just keep farming where it's safe. So you'll keep killing the same level. So instead of going up, you'd say, I'm going to stay here and keep farming. Because you don't want to get to the point where you need 12 tickets. You'll lose a lot of points that way. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Hopefully that tutorial helps you guys out a little bit. Thunder out.